Kabam's changing structures to Daredevil and Ghost. Where is Scarlet Witch, Sigil? And a new roadmap might be coming sooner than you think. Yes, hello everybody, welcome back to the Marvel Contest of Champions News show for Monday. This week we've got a lot going on when it comes to the International Women's Day Boss Rush. Just butchered that in the placement of it. The IWD Boss Rush, which drops later on today. Also this week I'm going to be dropping some incursions based content, especially with the refresh. Also, I will be doing a Cavalier cheat sheet 2.0 and as well a Cavalier bosses champions, which I'm trying to get about 5 to 10 counters per boss, but it's going to take a little bit of time. Hopefully that's going to be out tomorrow. In any case, that's what's going to be on from me this week, but we've got news within the community we've got to discuss. And before we go anywhere, I must give a massive thank you to those that support this channel. Thanks so much to those support on Patreon and YouTube membership. You're on screen now. Thank you so much for keeping that support and helping out. But also those that support over on twitch.tv/RichTheMan live. I will be back live streaming on Twitch later on tonight. But thank you so much to those that do the Amazon Prime, so the free sub. Make sure to get that sub renewed. And also those that give the tier 1 subs. And also those that give bits and support the channel. Right, so we kick things off with the podcast. Just a reminder that myself and Dan, if you don't know Dan, Frontline MCOC, do a weekly podcast. We're on episode 53. And this week we're talking a lot about the side quest stuff, the confusion, also the way that buffs work and the structure between how they're highlighted as being the next buff that needs to be done. Because here's the thing, the questions that we have as players is like, look, why is Juggernaut not being the one that's being targeted? Why is it Hood? Why is it usable champions versus completely unusable champions? Those kind of things as well. We also talk WandaVision episode 8. We do it an episode late in order to avoid spoilers for the community. For those, we give you a week head start, so to speak. Next up, and let's talk about the Android update. Now, this update went live for a few players. It is version 30.1.1, and I did think on Friday this was to address some side quest issues. It in fact is not, and is an optional update that will only be available to some Android users. It only contains in-game tracking information that helps identify issues some players may face in early game. I think that is really good. Sorry if people thought that I was kind of like saying about the side quest. It's not the case. The side quest was fixed the same day, funnily enough. But yeah, this one is to like help out those that are very in the early process, whether or not that's kind of doing Act 4 and other types of content like around the area. Very early stuff within the game. The fact is, this is just an update. If you want to grab it. If you don't, it just helps out, give feedback to Kabam where they may be kind of making failures on stuff, maybe what they're going to fix, and maybe where things are working. So yeah, that's just what that's for. Now, sticking with Kabam Mike responses, and I just want to bring this to your attention. So on Friday, I did put in the description of the news show that there was a thing about invisibility and the way Ghost works with Daredevil, which I thought was quite interesting to put in, but unfortunately I had to cut that within the video for time purposes, but I thought it'd probably be good to kind of put it on in a video because you probably didn't go to the description. Either way, this was from several years ago with Kabam Exhibits talking about Daredevil's classic can tear her invisibility and the Hood invisibility as well. Don't get surprised as Daredevil classic has the secret ability. That was based on something of the current meta. If you didn't know, Daredevil, the same way that Drax was able to bypass Astral Evade of Mordo. I've talked about this many times, but it was just one of these kind of like little secret things. However, though, yeah, Kabam responds in 2018 with, "Hey there, everyone! Time for some fun facts about phasing. Daredevil can still hit the Hood while his invisibility is active, but he will miss if he tries to hit Ghost while she is phasing. While she isn't just invisible in this state, but able to move through solid objects." Now, Kabam Mike did respond on the forum, so I feel this is a little bit more detailed, especially with responding to some players. So Kabam Mike says that was 2.5 years ago, and the contest has changed a lot. Easter eggs are cool, but having consistency in game mechanics is better. This game is not based on real-world physics, or while influenced by many Marvel universes, it is true to none. We like this implementation. So it's basically saying that Kabam can make the Marvel Contest of Champions universe. The contest universe is very different to the way it functions and interacts than it could be in the Marvel universe and also in real world applications. So that's why a lot of the stuff, a lot of the times in videos where back very early on, probably 2016 onwards, no, 2016 to 2017, I was very much about like, oh, you know, the physics and stuff and biology and chemistry and blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, it just doesn't work based on what Kabam are trying to do with this game. Anyway, going further to respond to, so you're changing the rules when you want to, how you want, is that it? We've never been shy about the fact that we make changes to the game, and given time we'll change our minds on our old concepts. See, Ghost Rider is now Incinerate immune. Yeah, I mean, not that took like absolutely ages for us to get that done, and the same way that we kind of would like to see that stuff was to happen to Iceman. But we are learning, people. We are learning. What is your take on those little ideas of like Kabam being able to twist the game and manipulate it to either non-Marvel world stuff or as well kind of like, well, they can change it based on their own mechanics. What are your thoughts on it? Put it in the comment section down below. Okay, next up, and I want to give a shout out to, I think it's Papa Shushu. I think I've butchered that name. But yeah, so if you're not familiar, we did the Cav cheat sheet a while ago, and this is a infographic version of this. It is available in the link in the description. It's on my Discord, which Discord, if you don't know, we've got 2,500 members. It's a great way for me to put in different rooms all these different guide things. But yes, I'm putting the Google Drive link thing so you can come and check them out. And anytime there is an update, I will indeed put a link in Google for that. So yeah, if you want to check this out, it's an infographic version. And yeah, 2.0 version of the Cavalier cheat sheet will be out towards the end of this week once I've gone through the initial completion and also tested a few new champions within the confines of it. And yeah, and as well check the comment section from the previous video to then kind of amalgamate these ideas. So yeah, look out for that very, very soon. And this is amazing, so shout out to Papa. Okay, next up, and what is going down with the roadmap? So it's been a little while. I think it was like end of last year, so November time, maybe very early November, that was last time a roadmap. And as you've seen with the video I posted, like top 10, I think it is, changes or kind of improvements coming to the game in 2021. It is going through I think we've had like a 1 month of just kind of very quiet development time, which is not necessarily a good thing, but not necessarily a bad thing, especially with a lot of other problems elsewhere, and also just trying to get some decent content. I think there was a great burnout from December. Lots of amazing content went live in December, and Kabam kept us very busy. But then after that, we went into these little kind of like drips and drabs of bad side events, good side event, bad side event. So it's just like a mixture there. Either way, where's the next roadmap coming? And the answer is soon. Whatever soon is. But look, here's the thing. Like, there needs to be something either dropped, and I'm pretty confident in Kabam getting something information-wise to us at least by the end of this month or the start of next month, especially as we are then going to come into halfway through the year, and this is the point where Kabam are doing the pitch to us as players as to what is likely to be done and dusted by December 2021. Incursions are being ramped up as of today, so that is something that is indeed on the list that they did say as part of the old roadmap. So there is some confidence they are making headway. It's just a case of going, well, are they going to get Arena 2.0 done? Are they going to get the new type of raid system or whatever they're meant to be doing, and some other stuff done as well? So we're going to have to wait for that one, but I think that's going to be as, yeah, it says soon, either next month or the month after. Or it could be a classic Kabam MCOC, which basically means that putting TM at the end of it means that I said it so many times that it will happen, but it's gonna take ages. And now on to one very important story, and that is Scarlet Witch Sigil. Now, if you've seen WandaVision, the final episode, and there is a spoiler alert, by the way, I decided whether or not to make this spoiler free, but I can't really deep dive this without talking about WandaVision. So if you don't want to find out about stuff and spoilers in WandaVision, skip to the time code down below to Arena predictions, or, you know, it's up to you. But I am going to be talking about stuff now. So here's the thing. With this particular version of Scarlet Witch, right? And compared with the show, in the show WandaVision, you see the final episode, you see Scarlet Witch, right? And here's the thing. We thought this character would be in December. First of all, I thought this would be then saved for the season finale of WandaVision. Season finale, nothing. But I then changed and thought this is going to be more than likely a trophy champion. With Weapon X already being a champion that's been within the trophy system for about, what, over a year? Well over a year. It seemed apt to change this to something else. So whether or not this Scarlet Witch Sigil will be the new trophy champion, still yet to be seen. However, it's disappointing because it is a pretty cool character, and the build is very unique, but also it's very similar to the Scarlet Witch in WandaVision, especially when it comes to like the look side of things. And I wanted this champion out in December because it is pretty cool, especially with the classic version of Scarlet Witch going into the featured and as well some bundles. I found it very, very unusual. But look, around the tiara area, that is where the similarities strongly are with the TV version. Whether or not Kabam had some kind of advanced copies or able to actually see it, it seems really weird that they put this version into game back in December, and it was kind of like an odd hype. Whether or not they got clearance for something, but then it was pulled back, especially as they had to redo the narrative of the way that they shot WandaVision. Originally, it was meant to be that flash between start and the kind of the period stuff, the 1950s, and then with what was going on in the outside. But instead, they made it very much time capsule-ish, with the first 2 to 3 episodes being very much enrooted into what was going on within these sitcoms situation. So there could have been something of a change of that. If this came completely organically, it just seems kind of strange that there's a lot of things that are similar, especially with the way that the boots are kind of done, and as well, and we will be doing an image in a minute of the Scarlet Witch from the movie. There is, from the TV series, there's just so many things that are just oddly similar. Not completely, because it retains some kind of original Romanian kind of vibe to it, which I like. I think it's kind of unique, especially that kind of like European type dress sense. A very kind of like I'm just trying to like Van Helsing, and kind of the way that the kind of the waist, not the waist. Well, it's not like a waistcoat. It looks like a waistcoat, but it's not. But the flowing nature to the way it's done, the belt as well. In any case, as well, some of the imagery and some of the comic book versions that I've seen, it is difficult to get something that is exactly right. There is something that's kind of here that's similar-ish to it, but not completely. So if you don't want to check out some of the links and information, then go to the links in the description. But yeah, it's just trying to find exactly what is kind of an example, especially when it comes to like what seems to be the boots area of some of these designs from comic books, and as well cartoons and other areas where they can draw inspiration, coming at least high kind of like knee or above the knee type level for anything like a high boot, as I said. But it's the similarities, isn't it, of like where they're getting this from that is difficult. This one's another kind of version, which again looks like it's could be similar enough to draw inspiration, but again, this looks just a little bit too inspired by what is seen here, or at least by some early concept art that could have been delivered to Kabam. But you know, maybe it's them coming up with their own idea. There are some other kind of like spins to this, which kind of again could make me think that like Kabam took inspiration from different areas and this was designed independently. Either way, we're still none the wiser of what is happening with this champion. It's just kind of like cool to see it being similar to the kind of the version that we saw in WandaVision. Not exactly, but there are some similarities. But maybe that's again Kabam. And that could be down to, I don't know, Marvel doing the trump card and saying, look, we're going to have to pull you from putting that champion out so people can play it. Or as well, it creates a little bit of hype and mystery. Or this just becomes one of those very unique champions that are built and then down the line could be released. Who really knows? But yeah, I just thought it'd be kind of interesting to deep dive this and have a look at this version a little bit more. And now on to the final story, which is arena predictions. If you don't know, all predictions down below. Unfortunately, there's been a few things when it comes to like predictions that have been a little bit off. Professor X went higher than normal, and it was a case that that's kind of like 2 mil threshold. It's going to have to be for your round 2. Unfortunately, 1.9 did not cut it to grab it, but 2 mil will be sufficient for the next round. Silver Warrior, 5.5 mil for the 4-star. Might have to up that a little bit more to like 5.7 to be safe. And the 5-star. Nobody knows at the moment. It's kind of a mystery, but I think that if it's anything to judge by, arena pushes upwards of 30 plus mil might be a thing, but we'll have to wait for the results. Check out Marvel True Costs' site. I'll put links in the description a little bit later on today to see the results. And good luck for those that are doing the round 2 grind. And there we go. That's been the Marvel Contest of Champions news show for Monday. I'm going to be dropping a few more videos today and then thinking about what I'm doing tomorrow, which will probably be the Cavalier boss or kind of like a Cavalier guide for this month before doing the cheat sheet 2.0 at the latter point of this week. I'll be live streaming more Cavalier tonight and I'll see you very soon. Bye-bye.